kind of where we... James, Johnny, welcome to breakfast.
Thank you very much, thank you.
Good to see you. Have you got anything to declare?
I've declared, I brought about 7 toothbrush with me. I was worried that 7 was like the limit, but I brought 7. But in any case, I'd like to apologize for the 7 toothbrushes that I brought into London.
There are matters which might benefit from your attention. Friends cannot be neglected.
So tell us a little bit about Alice, because, I mean, the Mad Hatter is back, but in a slightly different guise. He's in a different mood.
Indeed, yeah. When we find the Hatter in the film, he's somewhat gone. You know, there you see snippets of him. It's almost a Hatter that's
broken, really. You know what I mean? Like,
normal,
we asked ourselves,
but
normal, because
that, you know.
we asked ourselves the question, what is madness to a mad person? And it could well be the idea of sanity, maybe. And so when we meet the Hatter, he is in a smart suit with hair done very neatly. And it's that strange thing where he's got an air of melancholy because he's found something out about his past, which he thought was true, may not be true. So that's a big dilemma for him.
Yes, and so playing a melancholy, mad character is, I guess, a little challenging.
No, I do it every day.
Have we met?
Yes. Well, no, I mean, not yet.
It's funny, I feel I shouldn't know you.
Well, we have met once, when I was younger.
Oh, well, I'm afraid I don't recall.
That's because it hasn't happened yet.
Oh, when will it happen?
Years from now, when you're older.
I'll meet you when you're younger and I'm older.
I realise it doesn't make much sense.
Makes perfect sense to me.
And James, people may not know, but your background initially was to do with comedy, wasn't it? Ali G and things like that as a director.
No.
So how does that translate into a magical story like Alice?
Well, when I read Lewis Carroll as a kid, he made me laugh. Like, he is an absurd surrealist, and that branch of humour stretches right down to things like Monty Python, which for me is a huge part of my childhood growing up. It kind of forms your comedy sensibility. And so for me, that I was keen to bring the edge back to this world, because obviously Johnny plays the Hatter so beautifully in a nice, vulnerable way, but I also wanted to bring my friend Sacha Baron Cohen back, because you kind of get the idea that he's playing this character called Time. And in Underland, time is a person, not just an idea. And in fact, that was Lewis Carroll's idea. Lewis Carroll, in the book Alice in Wonderland, when Hatter first meets Alice, Hatter says to Alice, I've been stuck here since last March when Time and I quarrelled.
That's right.
So the idea that time is a person is Lewis Carroll's idea, but I thought it'd make a very interesting villain for the movie.
I always think, Johnny, that you almost should have been British. Because you have such British... You were talking about sort of comedy sensibilities and stuff. That's very much you, isn't it?
I don't know what it is, you know. I mean, I did watch a lot of Monty Python as a kid and stuff, but I mean, my humor is totally British. It's completely dry, absurd, sophomoric at times, vigilante at times. I mean, you know, yeah, no, I have an evil humor.
This cannot be good.
Hello, Alice.
Was Alice in Wonderland a thing for you when you were a child as well? Did you read the stories? Did you know about it when you were little?
I didn't attempt to read Alice in Wonderland until I was, I don't know, man.
40.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter when.
It's fair enough, it's quite a hard book.
I think I was probably around 38, 40, I don't know, you know, because, I mean, you can't really, like, say it's a page-turner. 1871, I mean, you know, but no, it's brilliant. Look what that's revolution.
I've sensed that there's something about the Mad Hatter that really does kind of click in. Of having your own way of going about things, life in general. Does that kind of chime with what you're really like?
It's a weird thing, playing a character again, when you know the guy, when you super know the guy, you really know him well, and you're standing on a very strong foundation. Like in character, I can do virtually anything and not care about looking like a complete ass. Not that I care much about looking like a complete ass in life. That I get paid for. Do you know what I mean? But in life, I couldn't, if I had to go up and say you know, 3 lines to 25 people, I'd probably pass out.
Can I just ask you, James, it's funny, I've met Johnny once before,
Right.
and I find him quite hard to read in a funny kind of way, because when you ask him a question, he gets very serious, and he gets very, and I don't think that's what you're like most of the time. Would I be right?
Yeah. Any kind of situation like this where you're not exposed, but exposed on some level, I mean, where you're, you know, it's always going to be foreign, man. And you know, I've been doing this record for like 30 years. It's still foreign, and if I didn't think of it as foreign, I think people wouldn't like me.
He thinks people wouldn't like him.
That was Johnny Depp.